Into the Fog is a year-round podcast dedicated to covering Halloween Horror Nights Orlando.
From speculation season and announcements to opening night and the final screams of the event, we break down everything HHN.
Follow along for weekly discussions, rumors, news, and all things Halloween Horror Nights. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Into the Fog, an HHN podcast. I'm your host, Woody, and with me, as always, my co-host, Dustin.
What's going on, everybody? You can catch us at our socials at Into the Fog Pod on both IG and TikTok, and Into the Fog HHN on both X and YouTube. And like we mentioned in our last episode, you can catch us in our link tree that is posted on our Instagram, and we'll have all mini links, hyperlinks to all of our socials. So if you just want to remember one, Into the Fog Pod on IG, and then I'll have access to all of our different social media platforms. So Wood, what brought us here today?
Well, I said we probably wouldn't be back on here until after the 4th, but, Horror Nights decided they had other plans. And, well, we got a house announcement today, and it's a bi-coastal announcement. We knew this was probably going to be a bi-coastal announcement because HHN Hollywood, they posted on their Twitter the same curtain drop that Horror Nights has been posting, like with a date. And with this said, we got Hellraiser. And this was announced at 12 p.m. And we knew this was a share IP because Horror Nights Hollywood shared it also. And the house description for this is: enter a realm of internal suffering where Pinhead and his Cenobites divine their immense pleasure in this haunted house based on the original Hellraiser trilogy. So let's watch this this video for this house announcement, D.
Cue it up.
Ah, you're back. The trick of the game is knowing when to quit. 'Cause once you're hooked, you've already lost. Unleash Hellraiser, one nightmare of many, only at Universal Halloween Horror Nights.
So, what's your thoughts on this, D?
I mean, I've watched the first few Pinhead Hellraiser movies, so sounds like this is definitely going to be a old head boomer-esque Halloween Horror Night house.
Yeah, it's a lot of people's white well. Like, they've been wanting this house to come to the event for so long. Did you like the video?
Yeah, I mean, the video
I
definitely...
like this one a lot more than I liked Stranger Things.
For sure. And if you haven't seen the movies, there's a little bit of Easter eggs that you wouldn't be able to notice as like a throwback to the actual movies, but the chains is definitely very symbolic to the first movie, especially.
But yeah, I know.
We'll get further into that, but I feel like simple is more. I mean, it does a very simple
I
video.
like that one a lot more than the Stranger Things with just like the little glass maze and the Demogorgon behind it. That one felt more like the Sinners announcement with the flipping of the cards, stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that one a lot more. But the only way I can say that we finally got Hellraiser is because of Terrifier. I feel like Terrifier opened the door for Hellraiser because everybody always said that Hellraiser would never come to Halloween Horror Nights because it's too gory, it's too it's everything is like it would never do that. And Terrifier, because of how much gore Terrifier has in it, it opened the door for this. And
Terrifier definitely kicked down the fourth wall. And honestly, if you think about it, you got to thank the Halloween Horror Nights fans for that, because I feel like the only reason Terrifier
because
made its appearance is because everybody forced it down their throats and gave them the choice.
Yeah, everybody wanted Terrifier. And this is like Mike Aiello tweeted out, which is the head director of HHN. He said his white whale list is getting a little bit shorter today with this announcement. So there's still a couple that he wants to come to Horror Nights that hasn't been here yet, and one of them is your favorite, is Scream. But
Yeah, oh,
dude,
dude, if they ever brought Ghostface to HHN, I'm buying Express. I'm buying VIP tour.
you go buy that house tour.
I'm coming dressed as Ghostface. I mean, that is my all-time one of one. I mean, that was the first horror movie I ever watched.
Yeah,
Scream.
Hellraiser. It's. I like the movies. They're different, but
They're
mean, it's
different
based off
hates.
the original trilogy, so they're gonna be the older, like 70s, 80s movies, like the classic horror.
And I think your most current Halloween Horror Night fan, you have some older fans, but your newer fans that are coming into the scene don't know really what to expect with this kind of movie because again, horror back in the 70s and 80s is a lot different than what it is in the current modern era.
Yeah.
And so to them, it doesn't fit the mold of a horror film as we well know in today's time, because majority of the time horror to us is more paranormal than it is just straight raw, uncut,
Like, yeah, I
like OG horror movies.
I like the OG horror a lot more than the now horror.
For sure.
And one of the coolest snippets that I saw today on Twitter was that the OG actor, Doug Bradley, the dude that originally played Pinhead, he is doing the voice cues for both Orlando and Hollywood. So it's gonna, like, we're gonna feel like it's actually Pinhead because it's technically actually Pinhead talking to you, like when we walk in the house. It's so cool.
And when I saw that, I looked up how old this guy is now, and he's pushing 74.
Yeah,
and
I mean, he's got that deep voice.
That's wild to me that he's even agreeing to do this. Being later
so
in his
cool.
life.
But I mean, he goes to a lot of cons and stuff, so he's still very active, from what I've seen.
And again, this is one of the white whales that now gets to get crossed off that list.
We finally get to see it. People have been asking for it for years. This is like one of the only like OG horrors that have never came to the event. We finally get to see it. Yeah, there's like 11 iterations of it, but this house, it's only based on the original trilogy.
So your OG horror fans will be at full capacity when it comes to Halloween Horror Nights, and then and later announcements if we get the unfortunate news that Fortnite scare zone comes to fruition.
Yeah.
maybe the OG fan base.
This will counterbalance it out.
Yes.
But with that said, for the people who are not going to do their HHN homework because they don't like the gore aspect of Hellraiser, why don't you give them a brief description of the 3 original movies?
So if we're going in chronological order from movies 1 through 3, so the first movie really isn't much like going on as far as like different locations. For the most part, takes part in the same location.
Yeah, in the attic of the house.
Right. So man opens a mysterious puzzle box, and when he goes to solve it, unfortunately, what then meets his demise is a bunch of chains wrap him up and tears him to pieces, and pretty much sends his family into a nightmare. And if you briefly go into the second one, picking up immediately after the first film, the survivor Kirsty Cotton enters the Cenobites realm to rescue her father while confronting the sinister Dr. Chenard, who seeks the puzzle box's power. So you get to see kind of ins and outs of the daughter's journey in saving her dad, who previously met his demise in the first movie. You kind of get to see the behind the scenes on what she goes through to.
You get to go to the realm of the Cenobites,
right?
Like where Pinhead and everybody's from.
And then after the second movie, you kind of see a different flavor of scenery when it comes to Pinhead. He essentially goes into a modern day New York City and creates a quote unquote new realm for the Cenobites. A television reporter races to stop him while uncovering the tragic human origins of Pinhead before it became a monster. So then, if you like a little bit of back history on what makes these horror icons who they are, the third movie is for you.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see how they're gonna do it. I wonder if we're gonna go in chronological order in the house, like 1 through 3, or if it's just gonna be like a mix up. And like
Yeah,
if it is, I hope it's just like the best of from each movie.
and it would make more sense to start if we're going in like if we're going in order of following the path of Pinhead. I probably would go start with movie 3 to give a
Three,
back
one,
history.
two,
Yes.
yeah.
Uh,
Just so
um,
you can follow, like you get the original story, like how he became Pinhead, and then you go into where the dude opens the box in 1, and he gets torn by the meat hooks and the chains. He gets torn apart and becomes like a little flower in the floorboard of the attic, and he like the lady has to go bring different people to and he sucks the life out of them to come back, and then
right. If I had to
yeah,
guess, what would make the most sense for a flow of the house, you probably if it flows 3-1-2, what would make
I
the most sense to
that would
me
be that would
is
make more sense for the average person that doesn't do their homework, so they can kind of get an understanding of who Pinhead is, and then it goes
right.
into like the movies.
And at the end of the day, HHN is going to want to appease the masses. I mean, us OG horror fans that have seen the movies are going to be satisfied just by getting the house. So
Yeah, we can
then,
finally go and see Pinhead as a horror icon at Horror Nights.
right. So the telling of the story of the house and how it flows probably should cater more to the new fan and give them
Yeah,
a back history. But to me, what would make the most sense is you're going to have a large first part of that house be more like movie number 3, giving the history of how Pinhead became who he is, and then a quick scene of what happens after the puzzle solved in movie number 1, and then vast majority of the house probably is going to be more about the realm of the Cenobites.
yeah, and what just came to my head about how the puzzle being shown, and do you remember in the scare zone? What was it? It was in New York. The the one that was like shit. I just had the thought. It was also in a house last year from in Gawkin with the eagle, the spread eagle,
Yes,
like where the flesh is being ripped by the hooks and it was in between two
yes,
posts. I bet we're gonna see that in this house.
yeah. It's gonna be something to do with that, but hope to the main character they end up
Yeah,
solving that puzzle.
yeah. I could see that. I what would be cool is like how they have like the stuff that hangs down. Like if they have like fake like chains and stuff, we have to walk through it.
That'd be a crime
Like
if they didn't
like
include. It's
how
something so
we
simple.
in Five Nights at Freddy's last year, they had like the ball in the ball pit room. They had the balls hanging down on the sacks and stuff you had to walk through.
Yeah,
Like yeah, and they do like the chains coming down. That'd be pretty cool. I'm excited to because the dude that originally played him is doing the voice lines, so it's gonna be like cool to actually hear his voice, and it's gonna like bring you back to like the movies and stuff, and like certain scenes that are gonna be in the house from the movies. You're gonna be like, brother,
I mean, kind of the same thing we did in previous years. We had our Insidious marathon. We had our Terrifier marathon. We're definitely gonna have to
yeah.
rewatch
Rewatch
Hellraiser.
Hellraiser. It's been a little bit. I mean, I've watched the original one recently, and but it's been a while since I've seen
I,
2, 3, 4, 5, all of those. I've
I,
saw them, but
I,
it's been a minute.
I've watched more of the originals than I had the remakes or the reboots.
I
But
don't like the remakes.
I mean, I'm
They're
gonna
not good films.
yeah, I'm also stick to my rewatch to be 1 through 3, especially that's all the
Yeah,
house is based off
especially
of.
that they announced it's going to be off the original trilogy. We're going to have to do a little marathon, and I suggest to the listeners to do a watch through. I mean, even if you don't like the gore and stuff, just power through it. I mean,
Get
if
some
y'all probably
history.
watched Terrifier last year, so Terrifier is way worse, I would say, than
Yeah,
than Hellraiser.
culture yourself and learn you something when it comes to Hellraiser before you
Yeah,
pass off judgment going in
and
at raw.
yeah, what that also just made me think of is like a lot of people don't know what Hellraiser is, but they know who Pinhead is.
No, I mean there are definitely fans out there that do not understand that they're the same person.
Yeah, like
And
they think it's two totally different properties.
yeah,
But
dude,
with
yeah,
that said, we got some merch also, and the shirt, Horror Nights, you finally did it. You got your boy to buy a shirt. I bought this one. I like the shirt. It's very very cool. And we also got the acrylic piece that comes with the carousel. I bought it also, and then it came like the third item, because you know they always have a third item. Like in Stranger Things, they had the mug, and
yeah.
Jack and Oddfellow they had the magnets. Sinners they had the hat. This one was like stickers, which
I
was
mean,
I mean
something different.
if you like stickers, they're pretty cool, I guess. But I got this shirt. I like it. It reminds I because the shirt it's got. I'll put it up on the screen. It's it's got Pinhead on the front, and he's like the cube. You know that he saw that you have to solve in the cube. It says Halloween Horror Nights, and
Gotcha.
it's got two hooks hanging down beside him, and on the back, it's got writing on the back also. But this shirt is definitely the best looking preview merch shirt.
Definitely need to cop that as well. I mean, it's definitely rare that we don't get a dud when it comes to preview merch. I mean, I think we said it in our Stranger Things episode. I mean, the lack of detail and the repetitiveness is getting kind
Yeah,
of tiring.
I like this preview merch. Yeah, I got this one today. I got my buddy that lives down in Orlando to pick it up for me, and I'll text him after this episode actually and tell him to get you one tomorrow, because he told me they had plenty of them still whenever he went over there at like 3 o'clock.
Hey, gotta love a plug.
Oh yeah, and we get that discount because he's a team member.
Hey.
But
So, as Wood said, all of our listeners go learn something about the Cenobites and Pinhead and
I'm
see what he's got to offer.
I'm glad this is announced, and this probably will be. I said this last episode that we probably wasn't going to get nothing for 4th of July week, but I think this will be the last announcement for this week,
Yeah,
and
so.
the next one I think will be on the 9th, which is Evil Dead.
Be
I think
Dead and tickets.
Yeah, I think it'll be Evil Dead Burn, because that movie comes out on the 10th, and they'll drop. Typically, they drop tickets from the after 4th of July week to the end of July is normally the date. And I mean, we only have two houses left, which would be the Evil Dead Burn house and the speculated Ozzy Osbourne house. And I don't see them announce or dropping tickets with the Ozzy house, because I mean it's not as big. I think what I thought they were going to do was drop tickets with this house, because I was like, this is our White Well, this is our OG original house, and that. So look out next week. It's probably going to be the drop of Frequent Fear and the Evil Dead house.
Definitely got to cop the Frequent Fear with Express.
And we'll do a after Frequent Fear drops, we'll do a whole breakdown on or we might even do it before, of what each ticket is and stuff like that.
Yeah. Something I wanted to kind of throw out there that we haven't done in previous episodes, recovering Big Back in me. We'll play on words when it comes to Pinwheel and Cenobites. The themed food for this house, like, hear me out. A Pinwheel cinnamon roll. Type sweet treat.
That's what we need to do for an episode, is speculate like what foods are gonna come. Because dude, for Sinners, I had some stuff where I thought, because they serve like catfish in the juke joint.
Yes.
I was thinking like for Sinners they were going to do like a fish and chips kind of deal.
Yeah.
And then like Stranger Things, they're going to probably bring back like the Eggos or something like that.
Yeah. Just the word Cenobites sounds too much like Cinnabons about it. The entire time I'm over here like mouth watering for a cinnamon roll.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of cinnamon rolls. I'll probably try. I'll let you get some, and because
You know,
I'm not a big fan of cinnamon in general, but
No.
I'll try yours.
What's my breakfast every time we go to Universal
Oh,
Studios?
you go to Cinnabon and get the big 4-pack of cinnamon rolls
I eat on that
every
thing
time.
for a week.
And see, he does that, and I go over to Voodoo Donut, and I get like a dozen of donuts, and I eat one of them every morning. I go down to Starbucks and get a coffee while we're staying on site.
Hey, but there's always one donut in that pack. You know your way.
Yeah, but
that's gonna wrap it up for this week's episode. Kind of a unprecedented. Didn't expect to.
yeah, this is out of nowhere. Like they tweeted out on Monday, the 29th, that they were going to have an announcement on the 30th. And it was the same as the Center's announcement where they had the curtain drawn and it had a date. So I know they had the queue line set up outside of Five and Dime for the merch drop. And from what I saw from a couple of my friends from down there was a queue line at 10:30 this morning, even though since it's bi-coastal, it wasn't going to drop till 12.
So that's what, 7 or 8 houses announced?
That's 8 houses now out of 10. So all we have left is the speculated Evil Dead, the speculated Ozzy, and then scare zones and shows. And then we have our full event, which scare zones, they'll probably do like Originals Week where they dropped them like one per day.
Yeah, we used to have all the full confirmed map by end of July, beginning of.
Yeah, definitely by August. And see, once you get into August, they'll start dropping the food menus, stuff like that. And we all look out now. Whenever we go for our visit, we're going to do a live episode of us walking through the houses. Like, we're going to have the sound on where y'all can hear us. You won't be able to physically see because we're not allowed to record in the house. But we'll be mic'd up. Y'all can hear me scream like a little girl whenever Pinhead tries to kill me. But we're going to do that. I'm going to take my my DJI. We're going to do food reviews and all that stuff. So we're going to post all that for y'all. And we're going to post all the scare zones, all that. Yeah, we're going to have some surprise guests, some other podcasts we're going to meet up with, and some other my buddy from on YouTube. We're going to meet up with him too. But y'all look out for it. Definitely, we're going to be very, very active this season.
Absolutely, it's only going to ramp up from here. But
yeah, like we said, whenever we did Stranger Things, that we didn't have much time, and they were going to start flowing. It's going to be boom, boom, boom. And it started. We had Originals Week, and then I thought we were going to have a Dead Week this week. Nope. They announced Hellraiser. So this is probably going to be the only announcement this week. And then next week I could see Evil Dead Burn with the Frequent Fear tickets. And then the week after that the third week of July, probably be our last house. And then the last week of July, probably do shows. And then that first week of August will probably be Scare Zone Week. Yeah, and then right after that, you got 2 weeks until the event starts, and we'll do our hype list and all that.
The great thing is we're getting to go through Halloween week, but the bad thing is we have to wait all that. Got to
do it one in the beginning, one in the end.
Down. Say when.
We're going to do one in the beginning, one in the end, see how the event changes. And that way we can get out the content for our viewers.
Yeah.
Of like the scare zones and stuff all in the beginning, and then we'll do another video of it at the end.
Yeah. We'll make it happen. As long as HHN keeps dropping info, we'll pump out the content
we'll
to
be
you guys. And that's going to do it for us this episode. Again, we did drop a link tree in our IG that gives you guys access to all of our social media. So whatever your preferred listening platform is, we provide an episode to you guys. So
YouTube, Spotify. Just go to that Into the Fog Pod on IG. Click that link tree. There's all the icons are on our link tree. All you gotta do is click the icon. It'll take you wherever you need to go.
TikTok, X, YouTube, Spotify. It does not matter. We're pumping out content to all platforms.
Show your support. Give us a like rating. Hit that bell. Subscribe. 5-star rating on Spotify. Tell a friend.
Tell a friend. Tell your mom. Tell your dad.
Hey, I don't care. I like your dad can listen to us. He's cool.
Tell your dog. Put our podcast on while your dog's sitting at home by itself.
Yeah, put it in the background. Let your dog watch it.
Copper watches.
You don't even have to watch it.
Copper watches us religiously every time we drop.
But y'all have a happy 4th because this will probably be posted after the 4th.
Yeah.
So I hope y'all had a safe 4th, and we'll see y'all in the fog.
See you guys.
Peace.